Did you hear about the 75-year-old woman who passed away in her sleep last night? Her family said she was in good spirits just hours before. She had a warm dinner, spoke to her son on the phone, and even watered her plants before heading to bed. It was just another normal evening. Nothing unusual. But the next morning, she never woke up. No signs. No illness. No warning. Her children were heartbroken and confused. She was healthy, they said. She didn't complain of anything. But now they're left with a haunting question. Could it have been prevented? Because what most people don't realize is that after 70, your bedtime routine can either support your heart and health or quietly put it at risk. That's not meant to scare you. It's meant to protect you. Because over the years, doctors have started noticing a disturbing pattern, seemingly healthy seniors passing away in their sleep, often tied to one of a few hidden bedtime habits that most people overlook completely. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 bedtime habits you must avoid after 70 and what you should do instead. These habits may seem small or harmless, but they can disrupt your sleep, strain your heart, and in some cases lead to serious complications like strokes, heart attacks, or sudden sleep-related death. Each one is backed by science. And by the end, you'll have the simple knowledge you need to sleep better and live stronger. And I want you to stay until the very end, because the last habit we'll cover is the one most seniors get wrong. It's common, it's quiet, and it could be the most dangerous of all. If you care about your health or the health of someone you love, please like this video so more seniors can learn what to avoid before it's too late. Because what happened to that woman, it didn't start that night. It started with small choices, little habits repeated over time. Habits she thought were harmless. Habits many of us do every single evening. So let's begin with the first one, and the quiet mistake she made, almost every night, without knowing what it was doing to her heart. Number 1. Eating heavy meals too late at night. One of the most common yet surprisingly dangerous bedtime habits after 70 is eating heavy meals too close to bedtime. You might think it's harmless. Maybe you've done it for years without any issues. But as we age, the way our bodies process food changes dramatically. And this simple routine could silently be putting pressure on your heart, disrupting your sleep, and increasing your risk of serious complications during the night. Let me tell you about someone named Marilyn. She was 76, a retired high school counselor from Ohio. She lived alone, stayed sharp, and loved her evening routines, reading, calling her daughter, and watching old reruns of Murder, She Wrote. And almost every night, around 8:30 or even later, she would fix herself a full plate of dinner. Comfort food, pasta, meatloaf, gravy, sometimes a little pie. It made her feel warm and relaxed before bed. But what Marilyn didn't realize was that after 70, the digestive system slows down. Food takes longer to break down. Stomach acid production decreases. And when you eat large, heavy meals right before bed, your body isn't resting, it's working overtime. Here's what happens when you go to sleep with a full stomach. Instead of entering deep, healing sleep, your body stays active. Your stomach is digesting. Acid is being produced. Your intestines are still at work. Your heart rate remains elevated. And this keeps you stuck in a lighter, more restless stage of sleep, making it harder for your heart and brain to recover during the night. Over time, this can lead to serious consequences. Marilyn used to wake up in the middle of the night with heartburn. Sometimes she'd cough or feel pressure in her chest and brush it off. But acid reflux, especially when lying flat, can lead to choking, coughing, and in some cases, aspiration pneumonia if stomach acid reaches the lungs. That can be deadly for seniors. Even worse, Marilyn didn't know that these late meals were also causing blood sugar spikes while she slept. She wasn't diabetic, but her doctor later told her she had likely developed insulin resistance, another side effect of eating late, especially for women in their 70s. And those blood sugar fluctuations, they increase the risk of nighttime heart strain and even strokes. So what should you do instead? Try to finish your last meal at least 3 to 4 hours before bedtime. That gives your body enough time to fully digest before you lie down. If you're still a little hungry later, go for something light and gentle, like a banana, a small handful of unsalted nuts, or a cup of warm herbal tea. These small choices don't just help you sleep better, they help protect your heart and reduce serious health risks while you sleep. If you're still watching and this sounds familiar, comment number 1 below so I know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that now because this next bedtime habit might feel comfortable, even cozy, but it could be putting quiet stress on your heart every single night. Number 2. Sleeping in a room that's too warm. A cozy warm bedroom might sound inviting, but if you're over 70, keeping your room too warm at night can quietly put your health at risk, especially your heart. Many seniors make the mistake of cranking up the thermostat or bundling up in thick blankets, believing it helps them sleep better. But in reality, a warm sleeping environment can lead to elevated heart rate, disrupted sleep cycles, and increased risk of heart problems, particularly in older adults. Let me tell you about Carol, a 78-year-old retired piano teacher from North Carolina. Carol had always loved feeling warm and secure at night. She kept her bedroom at 75 degrees, slept under heavy quilts, and even used a heated blanket during colder months. She said it helped her joints, made her feel safe. But Carol didn't realize that as we age, our bodies become less efficient at regulating temperature. We don't sweat as easily, we lose water faster, and our hearts have to work harder to cool us down, especially when we're sleeping. That's exactly what was happening to her. Night after night, Carol would wake up feeling sweaty and tired, even though she thought she had slept through the night. She began to feel groggy in the mornings and noticed she had to nap more during the day. Her doctor initially thought it was just age catching up to her. But after a sleep study, it became clear her body was never reaching deep restorative sleep because it was constantly fighting to regulate her internal temperature. When you sleep in a room that's too warm, your body struggles to cool down. That might not sound serious, but it is. When your core temperature doesn't drop enough, you can't enter the deepest stages of sleep, the stages responsible for memory, healing, immune function, and long-term brain health. And worse, this temperature stress elevates your nighttime heart rate, increases risk of dehydration, and in some cases can trigger cardiovascular strain or blood pressure spikes during sleep. Studies have shown that older adults who sleep in warm environments are more likely to experience early signs of cognitive decline, fatigue, and even higher rates of stroke and heart-related complications, especially if they already have a history of hypertension. Carol had no idea her comfortable sleep setup was slowly wearing down her heart and mind. So what should you do instead? Experts recommend keeping your bedroom temperature between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit for optimal sleep. That might feel chilly at first, but your body will adjust and benefit from it. Instead of heavy blankets, try layering with breathable, lightweight cotton sheets. Swap flannel or fleece pajamas for moisture wicking, soft fabrics that help regulate your temperature. And if you need warmth, try a light throw over your legs instead of wrapping up your whole body. Another great option, crack open a window or use a small fan to circulate the air. This not only cools the room naturally, but also helps improve air quality, which reduces the risk of nighttime respiratory issues like coughing or congestion. Even these small adjustments can make a massive difference in how your body rests and recovers while you sleep. If you've ever woken up feeling sweaty, restless, or tired despite getting a full night's sleep, comment number 2 below to let me know this hit home. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next. Because the third and final bedtime habit is the one most seniors unknowingly get wrong, and it could be affecting your breathing, circulation, and heart every single night. Number 3. Sleeping in the wrong position. Most people don't think twice about how they sleep. If it feels comfortable, it must be fine, right? But after 70, your sleeping position can have a profound impact on your health, especially when it comes to breathing, circulation, and heart function. Let me introduce you to Joan, a 77-year-old retired nurse from Michigan. Joan was healthy, active, and still volunteered at the community center twice a week. But her sleep? That was another story. For years, Joan slept flat on her back. She said it helped her spine and made her feel centered. But lately, something strange had been happening. Her husband began noticing that Joan would occasionally stop breathing in her sleep. It wasn't dramatic, just small pauses, followed by a sudden gasp or a loud snore. Joan brushed it off as normal aging. Probably just snoring, she'd say. But every morning, she woke up exhausted, groggy, and with a dull headache that didn't go away until lunchtime. Eventually, at her doctor's urging, Joan took part in a sleep study, and what they discovered shocked her. Joan was experiencing obstructive sleep apnea, a condition where the airway becomes partially or completely blocked during sleep, causing breathing to repeatedly stop and start. And for Joan, the trigger wasn't a medical condition. It was her sleeping position. When seniors sleep on their back, gravity causes the tongue and soft tissues in the throat to fall backward. In younger people, the airway can usually stay open enough. But as we age, those tissues become softer, and the airway becomes more vulnerable to collapse. That's exactly what was happening to Joan. And night after night, her body was fighting to stay alive while she slept. Sleep apnea doesn't just cause fatigue. It increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and even sudden cardiac arrest during the night. And here's the worst part. Many people, especially seniors, have no idea they have it. But it's not just sleep apnea that makes back sleeping dangerous. Even if you don't stop breathing, lying flat on your back can still affect circulation and heart function. Studies suggest that sleeping on your right side or your back can put additional pressure on the heart, particularly in those with pre-existing heart conditions. It can lead to fluid buildup in the lungs and legs, elevate blood pressure, and make it harder for the heart to pump efficiently. Joan had no idea that her sleeping position, something she'd done for decades, was putting quiet but continuous stress on her heart every night. So what's the best way to sleep after 70? Experts recommend sleeping on your left side whenever possible. This position reduces pressure on the heart, improves circulation, and even aids digestion. For those who suffer from acid reflux or heartburn, sleeping on the left side can help prevent stomach acid from creeping up into the throat, making it the ideal posture for both heart and digestive health. If you find it hard to stay on your side at night, try using a body pillow to prevent yourself from rolling onto your back. Elevating your head slightly with a supportive pillow can also keep your airway open and reduce breathing disruptions. And if you deal with joint pain or stiffness, placing a small pillow between your knees can ease tension in your hips and lower back, helping your body stay aligned comfortably. These small changes can have a major impact on your health. Joan's doctor helped her shift to side sleeping using a wedge pillow and positional supports, and within weeks her morning headaches disappeared. She had more energy, better focus, and her heart rate during sleep returned to normal levels. Sometimes, the solution isn't a pill, it's a position. If this sounds like something you or your spouse might be struggling with, even without realizing it, comment number 3 below so I know this is helping the right people. And if you're still watching, please take a moment to like this video. It's a simple way to make sure more seniors get life-saving knowledge like this. Now let's wrap up with a few final thoughts that could change how you approach sleep for the rest of your life. Final thoughts: we've just covered 3 bedtime habits that might seem small, even harmless, but can quietly impact your heart, your breathing, your brain, and your overall health as you age. Let's quickly review. Marilyn thought late-night meals helped her relax, but she didn't realize her body couldn't handle digestion while she slept. Her nightly meals kept her heart rate elevated, disrupted her sleep, and quietly increased her risk of heart complications. Carol believed warmth was comfort, but her overheated room was working against her, raising her core temperature, breaking her sleep cycle, and making her heart work harder when it was supposed to rest. Joan thought sleeping on her back was good posture, but it caused her airway to collapse during the night, leading to undiagnosed sleep apnea and silent cardiovascular strain. These women didn't know. And that's the point. Most seniors don't. Most people don't realize that the body after 70 doesn't work the way it used to. The habits that once felt fine can now create subtle stress on systems that are more fragile, more sensitive. And while these habits might not cause immediate problems, over time they add up, and sometimes they lead to outcomes no one saw coming. The good news, these risks aren't set in stone. They're choices, and choices can be changed. Maybe you recognized one of these habits in your own routine. Maybe you've brushed off heartburn, ignored that morning grogginess, or assumed it's normal to feel a little off after sleep. But now you know better. So here's my gentle challenge to you. Make one small change tonight. Maybe that means eating dinner a little earlier, turning your thermostat down a few degrees, or shifting to your left side when you sleep. Just one change. For your heart, for your sleep, for your life. Comment below and let me know which habit you're going to change first. I'd love to hear what spoke to you the most. And if you found this video helpful, please like it, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. This channel is here to protect, inform, and inspire seniors just like you, because your life, your health, and your sleep matter. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, sleep well, and I'll see you in the next video.